Hi friends, and welcome back to another video with me. Today, we're going to be looking at punctuation marks. Do you have an idea of what a punctuation mark is? That's okay. I'm here to explain it to you and help you understand what it is. Punctuation marks, okay? These are things we use to help us read sentences, right? Let's say that again. These are things we use to help us read sentences in a certain way. So if we see this specific punctuation mark, we know how to say the sentence. Let's look at our punctuation marks. I have 4 here. We have the comma. What do you think a comma does? That's right. A comma helps us take risks in between lists of things and long sentences. So helps us take risks between list of things and long sentences. So a comma helps us take risks between lists of things and long sentences. For example, I ate an apple, or a apple, banana, orange, and kiwi. So, do you see how I've used my comma here? I ate a apple, comma, banana, comma, orange, and kiwi. So, comma helps us take risks between lists of things and long sentences. Awesome. Let's move on to our second punctuation mark. Which is a full stop. What does a full stop do? Helps end a sentence and shows us where a sentence has ended. For example, I have a full stop right over here. Right over here. This is the end of my sentence. Therefore, I put a full stop at the end to show that the sentence is finished. So far we have a comma, which helps us take risks between lists of things and long sentences. And then we have full stops, which helps end a sentence and shows us where a sentence has ended. Great. So now we know that if we see a comma, we take a rest. And if we see a full stop as well, we take a rest. Why? Because a comma is to show you that, okay, we are carrying on, but let's just take a rest because the sentence is too long or there's too many things to list. And then a full stop shows you this is the end of a sentence. Awesome. Now let's move on to our next type of punctuation marks. Next, we have an exclamation mark. Let me draw it bigger so you can see it better. There we go. We have an exclamation mark. And what does an exclamation mark do? An exclamation mark shows excitement or anger. So, an exclamation mark shows excitement or anger. And I'm going to give you examples of both. Yay! I got my bike. Yay! I got my bike. Here you see our exclamation mark because why? It shows excitement. So it tells you how to say what you see. If it was just yay, you would say yay. But because it's an exclamation mark, it's yay! Awesome. Let's look at another example. No, you are not going to play. I'm sure you've heard your parents say this or shout at you. No, you are not going to play. Exclamation mark. This exclamation mark tells us how we should say it. Without the exclamation mark, it would be no, you're not going to play. But because the exclamation mark there, it changes how we say the sentence. And it now becomes no, you are not going to play. This shows anger. And our first sentence shows excitement. So as you can see, an exclamation mark helps us express our emotions on paper. Awesome. Let's move on to our last punctuation mark, which is my favorite. A question mark. What does a question mark do? It tells us that someone is asking something. So, a question mark tells us that someone or a person is asking something. Question words would be what, how, when, who, and where. So if you see sentences start with any of these words, you automatically know that it is a what? It needs a question mark. Because why? It's showing that somebody is asking something. For example, when did you leave? And who told you? As you can see, when, who, which means that we're going to put question marks at the end of our sentences. Why? Because it is asking something. That's what a question mark do. It puts out a question. Do you understand? Did you also hear how I asked you? If there was no question mark, which there should be, but if there wasn't, I would just be like, do you understand? But the question mark helps us express it a lot better so that you understand that I'm asking you something. Do you understand? With a pause for an answer. So question marks or question sentences need answers. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this lesson with punctuation marks. See you again next time. Bye.